Thank you for joining me today. This is a special day. I am on my raft with my motor, and we're fishing for live crawdads. We're fishing for trophy trout with live crawdads on Lake Tahoe. So hang in here with me. We're gonna catch some big ones. I just started. I still got to rig up another rod. We'll get 2 rods out, but we're looking at having a super awesome day, and catching some big fish. So right now, I need to go ahead and rig up this other rod. What's up, buddy? So you got somebody with me? Yeah, we got a bucket, a lot. Check this out. Check this out, guy. You see what's in there? I caught those last night. My crawdad trap with a chicken leg. So this is the location that I caught my my personal best rainbow trout of my life. It was right about out here, a little bit deeper than or a little bit shallower than where I am now. And I was just bouncing night crawlers down here on the bottom, and man, did it not hit like a ton of bricks. So I'm back out here today, and I'm hoping to get to the tip of the pole bouncing. Hoping to get some giant trout. I'm gonna rig this other rod up. I got my 2 rods out, or I will have my 2 rods out. So we've got a live crawdad on there right now. And we're out here on Lake Tahoe. And yeah, we're just trying to kill it, guys. Trying to get it done. Let's see. I think I can set the camera right there. How's it going, Harjinder? I know I butchered your name. I'm sorry. Drop me some likes. We'll get some more people on the stream. We're on Lake Tahoe, fishing with live crawdads and night crawlers. Can you see kind of what's going on there? Let's see. I gotta turn that camera around. There we go. All right, so you can see the rods right there. I'm gonna fix this other rod up right now. I'm just getting started right now. I just got out here and, getting started. We're on Lake Tahoe. We're using live crawdads, night crawlers, and we're hoping for some big fish today. Big fish. And with all honesty, that's basically what's out here. There's not too many little fish out here. We got big brown trout, we got big Mackinaw trout, and we got big rainbow trout out here. And all my experience says my experience tells me that these crawdads crayfish are the best bait that you can use out here, because every time I catch a big trout out here, it's got a bunch of crayfish in its belly, like a bunch. So that's what I'm going with. I've got this big rod, or this big reel that I usually have like on my surf rod. We're just kind of slowly drifting right now away from shore, which is fine. So That's what's kind of happening right now. Thanks for being here, guys. We're trying to catch some big trout. I got to tell you, it feels awesome to be out here on Lake Tahoe. It feels awesome. I mean, the water is incredibly beautiful. Incredibly beautiful. It's like we're kind of bouncing. I'm going to pull it up just a little bit. We're not dragging bottom. I don't want to drag bottom. I want to bounce bottom. Fishing Lake Tahoe. Doesn't get much better than this, guys. It really doesn't. These guys are gonna wake me right now, but this raft is pretty resilient, so it's okay. Yeah, the last time I caught my big trout out here, I was on a kayak. So I kind of upgraded. Went from the little kayak, we were kind of scrunched in there, to this big raft where, you know, it's not as durable, right? But as long as you're careful, I can stretch out in this thing. I can fish in this for hours. And you can fish in a kayak for hours too, but you can fish in this comfortably for hours, whereas in a kayak you start to get, at least I do anyways, I start to get kind of scrunched up, like feeling like a kind of trapped in there. So with this I can sprawl out and really relax while I fish, spend a few hours just chilling. All right, I'm rigging up my night crawler line. We've already got the crawdad down, which isn't. Uh-oh. Drop some hooks. Don't want to drop hooks in the raft. I think I got them all. We're dragging bottom. That's just dragging bottom. There's perfect. Any luck? Not yet. I'm lucky, Christian, man. What's happening, Albert? Thanks for being here with me, guys. Well, you know, it's not as much luck to get out here as it is years of investment. Like, I didn't just buy this thing yesterday. I didn't just get this yesterday. You know, I've had this equipment for quite a while. Like, I bought that about a year ago, right? The battery. So all this stuff comes together over time. You don't just go spend, you know, $2,000 on equipment just to go fishing, right? You buy a piece of it here, a piece of it there. And then when you have time to, you put it all together. Morning, Pops. Thanks for being with me, man. Check out these crawdads, Pops. Woo, look at that. Pot full of crayfish. Yeah, man. I'm really hoping for some good ones. I know the guy on the dock back over there, I know you probably can't see, but there's a dock right back over there. That dude was getting bites. So yeah, it's good fishing up here right now. At least I think it's gonna be. I'm gonna set you back down and finish rigging this crawdad or nightcrawler lineup. Oh, right there. All right, here we go. Got the night crawler set up. Put this guy out here too. Let's see here. Put some of this gear over there. Put the net right here. Where can the net go? Somewhere around here. Bouncing on rocks. It's actually pretty shallow right here, like I'm on top of a hump. Boys, the weather perfect up here right now. There's no wind. I mean, this is golden. I'll situate so I can watch these rods from over here. We can just drift around. Okay. All right, let me turn this around. Okay, yeah, so we got 2 rods out, 1 crawdad, 1 night crawler, and we are just waiting for some fish to bite now. No, buddy, this is not Canada. This is America, bud. This is California. This is Lake Tahoe, bud. I'm very proud to be here. Very proud to be an American. Thank you, Gray Wolf. Ooh. Thought I had a hook up there for a second. Yeah, we got night crawlers and live crayfish on. So we're fishing live bait and we're on Lake Tahoe. And we're just seeing what we can get, man. There's some really big brown trout. There's some really big rainbow trout. There's also some totally awesome Mackinac trout. So they're all in here. For those of you that just joined, let me show you some of the crawdads I got last night. Little pot here. That was one chicken leg overnight. Look at the water. I feel like I see a fish, but I can't really tell if it's a fish down there. It's deep. Whew. Nightcrawler wrapped crawdads is delicious. How about bacon wrapped crawdads? No, I'm gonna eat all these crawdads tonight. I'm gonna boil them up with my kids. I have the trap out there for it's still out too, so hopefully we get some more. And I'll put it back out tonight. So we'll have plenty of crawdads to eat up. Man, the water here is just gorgeous. I caught my personal best. What's going on here? That looked like that might have been a bite. Maybe. I caught my personal best rainbow trout right out here about 5 years ago, something like that. Beautiful trout. I mean, it was like 28 inches. I feel like we're getting nibbles on this line. Maybe something's gonna hit it. Usually these fish just smash this stuff out here. We're just drifting over like boulders under the water. It's pretty awesome looking, actually. Yeah, there's thank goodness there's not very many weeds out here in Lake Tahoe. It's mostly just blue water and rocks. It's kind of a moonscape down there. It gets so cold during the winter. Thank you for being here with me, everybody. I really do appreciate it. I mean, I do this stuff because I love fishing, and I want to bring it to people that don't have the opportunity to come do this kind of stuff. So I really do appreciate you all liking the channel and being on the channel and sharing the experience with me. You know what I mean? Stick at it, you'll catch more fish. There's a lot of bear up here in Lake Tahoe too. I was hoping to get a video of a bear, but the bear didn't come by my campsite last night. You know, a lot of people are like, you want the bear to come by? Yeah, the bear are cool. The bear are cool. The bear, they don't attack people, okay? At least not the ones up here in Lake Tahoe. They've just become so accustomed to being around people and stuff. They're like big dogs, Yeah, you're up in Oregon? Yeah, the ocean fishing in Oregon's awesome. I did a video on Oregon fishing a while back when I went up there, and it is great, man. I went up to a place called Secret Beach. They just want honey. Well, they want food. But as long as you lock all your food up and you don't have any food in your tent or anything stupid like that, you're fine, you know? And I brought my dog this time. I brought my dog Obsidian. So she, uh-oh. I better check that. There's some snags here. I may have lost the worm, yeah. We lost the worm on that one. I felt the snag on it was just a little too... It might have been a fish too, because I thought I saw it bouncing kind of funny. We'll put another worm on. Big old fat night crawler. So now we're getting out to the end of the boat. It's surprisingly shallow. Surprisingly shallow. Yeah, if I don't catch any fish bait fishing, I might try trolling later on. But right now, I just wanted to come out here and just relax and bait fish and just chill, you know? Yeah, I've seen that kind of stuff. I've seen videos on how to do that stuff, but I just keep it simple. Just fish, you know? I have a boat down in the California Delta that I fish on pretty often. You watch some of my videos, you'll see that stuff. But it's incredibly expensive to bring a boat up to Lake Tahoe, so I don't even think about doing that. So yeah, we bring the raft up here and we just fish like this. I'll have my son will come fishing with me later on, but I just wanted to get out here early and get some fishing time in, do a little live streaming. See if I couldn't catch a fish on a live stream. I don't see why I shouldn't be able to. This is prime time. Thanks for being here with me, guys. I appreciate every one of you. We're on Lake Tahoe fishing with live bait, crawdads, and night crawlers. We got crawdads on this one, or a crawfish on this one, and night crawler on this guy over here. And we're waiting for a big rainbow trout, or a big brown trout, or a Mackinac trout. One of the group to come up and smash it, and have a big fish on for you. And we are just enjoying the scenery and the beauty of this. Check it out. Pretty cool, huh? It's a very cool place to fish. It's a big lake. It's 15 miles across. It is 15 miles lengthwise, 6 miles width, and 1,500 feet deep, 1,600 feet deep. So it's a heck of a body of water. And there's also cutthroat trout in here. We just started planting, well, not just, it's been a few years now, but they've been planting the Lahontan cutthroat trout in here. So, and those guys get massive. So, yeah, there's some big fish in here, and I am really hoping we get a big one. Thanks for being here with me, guys. I appreciate every one of you. If you drop me some likes, it'll help pump up the stream. We'll get some more people on here. All right, we're up to 10 likes. That's totally awesome. Thank you so much. We are out on Lake Tahoe, North Shore side. Those condos up on the mountain up there. Isn't that awesome? We got 11 likes. Thank you all so much. Appreciate every one of you. Yeah, it's just super calm out here. It's just like glass. Look how glassy it is. It's just amazing. Even with a duck cruising by over there. I don't know if you can't see the duck probably, but I mean, it's just like we're like on a sheet of glass. I don't know. I haven't been out on Tahoe in a couple years. So if you've never been out on Lake Tahoe, it's an experience to go have, because it's not like many other places in the world. The water quality is cleaner than most bottled water, if you can believe that. Which means that the fish are excellent eating, like excellent. So, you know, good stuff. All good stuff. All right, I got 12 likes. Thank you all so much. I appreciate every one of you. Yeah, it's a beautiful place to be. Just kind of pan around for everybody real quick. Hopefully we got some fat rainbow trout, Mackinaw trout, brown trout, cutthroat trout. They're all in here. This is the spot. I happen to be camped out just behind those trees right there. Just off behind those trees. It's a beautiful place to camp. I inflated this raft last night, so I didn't have to do it this morning. I walked it down by the beach. It's really safe. So like, I was able to just leave the raft by the water, and then I kept the battery and the motor back up by my campsite. But this morning I walked all my fishing gear down, and some waves are kind of knocking us around here. Yeah, the fishing gear. I walked all the fishing gear down, and I walked the battery and the motor down, and then just plopped it all in the water because it's already inflated, and pulled up. Oh, I set my crawdad trap last night before I went to bed, so this morning I had a fresh pot of live crawdads. Check those guys out if you haven't seen them yet. If you're new to the stream, that's on this rod here. And then we've got night crawlers on this rod over here. Pro tip when you're fishing with live crawdads, leave the claws on until you put them on the hook. Right before you put them on the hook, pop them claws off, because they can actually defend off a fish with their claws. So if you pop them claws off, then they're just basically a big shrimp down there, like fishing with live shrimp. And if a big fish swims around and takes a good look at it, he's really going to want to eat that guy, because he's down there swimming and moving around, wiggling and everything. And then they just eat them because they can tell they're defenseless. So if you want to use crawdads, crayfish for bait, that's the thing to do. Plus, then they're not like trying to pinch you when you hook them and stuff. I think I'm going to reel up the crayfish real fast and just check it and see. You got a few waves coming in. Check these guys out. Pretty cool, huh? So that's the other thing. On a kayak, like, you get a little unstable when there's some good waves. On a big raft like this, it's just like whatever. We're just gonna float. Gmail Agra. What's up, man? I missed that. Hold up, guys. I'm gonna check this crawdad trap or crawdad. We got a nice fresh crayfish on here. Feels like it. Whoa. That was really shallow. Yeah, it's pretty shallow right here. We're like on a hump. I want to get to a little bit deeper water. But I think I'll just let us drift because we're slowly kind of drifting out deeper, which is fine. You know? That's fine. See, now when I've come out here before and I just had my oars, you get to a certain distance away from shore and you're like, oh no, I gotta row back because I don't want to have to row that far. But with this little motor, it's no big deal. Like, I've gone miles with one charge on this battery. Back up into Eagle Bite Lake. So I've tested like how far I could go. And I know I can make it back to shore over there without having to even think about it, really. When it comes to like my range, this boat actually has pretty good range. So the thing is, at a certain hour up here, all the vacationers wake up. Yeah, that's a smart thing to do. I just know this thing's fully charged and it's gonna last quite a while. What was I gonna say? Oh, I want to have some charge left over for tomorrow. So I'm not motoring around a whole bunch. I'm just kind of fishing right out here in this area. Because I know from experience, I don't have to go that far. There's fish all over this area on the lake. There's a lot of trout right up in here. So if I just get out here and drift lines, I have a pretty good chance of getting some good fish. You know, it's just a matter of, you know, you can't catch fish if you don't fish, right? Garmani Daniel, thanks for being here, buddy. Appreciate you. Thank you all for being out here with me, guys. Appreciate every one of you. We're fishing Lake Tahoe, beautiful Lake Tahoe, for big trout. Rainbow trout, brown trout, cutthroat trout, Mackinaw trout. That's the target for today. All right, I'm up to 14 likes. That's awesome. Thanks, guys. Yeah, no, this stream's doing pretty good. Doing pretty good, man. Yeah, so there's if you're not familiar with Lake Tahoe, there's ski resorts all around the lake. There's North Star behind me, Homewood, what we're looking at right now. And then across the lake over there is, on that big mountain, is Heavenly. And Heavenly is probably the most expensive and the most amazing to go to. But all these ski resorts are pretty cool. But I don't ski anymore. It's just gotten to be too expensive. When I was a kid, I would go skiing and stuff, but now I just fish. And now I just fish. Hey, consider subscribing, guys. I've had this channel for a number of years. I've been trying to build up the channel itself so I can get to, well, I want to get to 1,000 subscribers, but right now I'm working on 500. So, you know. Thanks, Pops. 20. No, it's not that expensive. I used to have a ski boat back when I was a youngster and I wanted to impress the girls. I bought an old 79 Tahiti. It was like in perfect condition. Tahiti is thank you so much, the art of pain. That's a good name, dude. I used to have a ski boat back when I was in like my 20s, and I would, go out and take the girls out to the lake and get everybody in the bikinis, and it was fun. It was a blast, but it didn't cost tight lines from England, right? That's the English flag, right? I don't want to misrepresent that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you, brother, Marcus. It would cost maybe $100 a weekend in fuel. And I was ridiculous. I would just race up and down the lake like a madman. Now, I know gas has gotten to be more expensive since then, but still it's not that expensive. Of course, I had a 140 horse 2-stroke outboard, which was pretty efficient. I mean, the thing just raged, So I don't know. I just sold that boat recently because I didn't have anywhere to park it anymore. I mean, it was rotting in my backyard. I needed to get rid of it a long time ago, but I just did. I'm surprised I don't see any fish, or I can look down on the water. Trippy, huh? It's deeper than you think it is. The water's so clear. Of course, I mean, I'm dropping my lines down and it's not that deep. Wish it was a little deeper. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. I mean, I'm putting the baits all the way down, but they're just kind of bouncing on the bottom. It is. It's pretty clear, right? That's Lake Tahoe, dude. You can see down here. You can go out a lot farther and still see down. It's amazing. That's why this place is a world destination. That's why people come from all over the world to come there, because it's just a gorgeous place to be. Yeah, so at a certain hour, all these wakeboarders start coming and hitting the water. And I need to be mindful of that because they don't pay attention to shit. Ooh. I feel like this just had a bite. That bounced hard. Like something yanked on it. Not just the bounce from the waves. Yeah. The first time. Oh, might be getting a bite here, guys. Yeah, the first time I set it up, my brother came over and looked at it, and he's like, "Where'd you get that?" And I was like, "I ordered it online. You know, you got to order this stuff. It doesn't come with the raft. You know." I wish they would sell it as a kit. You know, but they don't, which is silly. You know. Oh, oh. I better check this. I better check it because I think we're losing our bait. Oh, no, she's good. Worms are good. Yeah, because the water is so clear and clean. All right, we got 20 likes. Man, they were doing good. Because the water is so clean, the fish quality here is amazing. Like you get the rainbow trout look like they have, I'm not kidding either. The rainbow trout look like they have sockeye salmon meat, or at least king salmon meat, you know, like a nice bright red. They don't look like regular trout. And the other thing is all the rainbow trout in this lake. Thank you so much, Thorn Outdoors. I really appreciate that. Anybody that subscribes, I just got to tell you, thank you so much. What was I saying? Oh yeah, all the rainbow trout on this lake are native. They don't plant rainbow trout in this lake. They plant Lahontan cutthroat trout, and the same thing with the Mackinaw. They don't plant Mackinaw in here either. So all the Mackinaw trout in this lake are we're gonna lean back here on this raft. All the Mackinaw trout on this lake are native born. There goes a plane overhead. I don't know if you guys can see him or not, but just cruising by. Sometimes, you know what else is a trip about this lake? There's billionaires that own properties around this lake, right? So sometimes a helicopter will land on a dock and pick some dude up or something like that and take off. And you're just like, what the heck is going on here? It's because there's like super rich guys that just like fly into their dock house, their lake house, and fly out. You know, it's just like, that's different, you know? Oh, well, they don't do that in California. I wish wardens would do something to protect fishermen in California, but no, it's actually pretty dangerous because these guys get going on these big, massive, you know, $100,000-$200,000 ski boats, and those things probably are burning $20 a minute in fuel, but every 15 minutes in fuel. But yeah, they'll come right up on you, and they can't see you if you're just in a little fishing boat because their bow sticks up so high. You know, like unless somebody climbs up on the bow and looks down in front of them, they really can't see you. when they fly in and out. I don't know, man. When I worked at the marina across the way here, we would see a guy fly in and out every morning. That's just what he did. I think he was just going to Reno, you know, but yeah, that's what they do. Patience, right? That's what it's all about. Gotta have patience. Oh boy. You got to keep like 1 foot on these rods, because if a big fish hits it, they'll just take the whole pole in the water. That's the one thing about these rafts, is like they're not as, the rod holders aren't sturdy enough to hold the fishing poles in. I don't trust them. You've got to, it is nice. This place is amazing. Just coming out here and resting. I can't tell you how nice it is. I can't tell you how nice it is. Well, I caught these guys. I haven't, no fish yet, but I caught these crayfish in here. This guy's still alive. Come on, get up. Get up. What are you doing? Yeah. So we got them. But no fish yet, man. We're fishing for rainbow trout, and we got live trout out on this line. We've got night crawlers on this line, so we're bait fishing for rainbow trout, brown trout, or cutthroat trout, or lake trout. There's a ton of them, dude. This lake is literally packed full of crayfish, crawdads. Like, it's just loaded. So good to know, right? Like, you just come out here. I tossed 1 chicken leg in a crawdad trap last night, and I got all those this morning. So yeah, they're in here. So I got snagged up on something. Let me set you guys over here. Going sideways on you. Is it a deep lake? This is it gets to be 1,600 feet deep out there. So it's a very deep lake. Right where I'm fishing is pretty shallow. We're like on a shallow shelf. Which is good because rainbow trout really don't live at like 1,000 feet deep, right? There's Mackinac trout out there that are down 500-600 feet deep. But right where I'm at is a shallow spot to fish for rainbow trout, and well, this guy just keeps getting hung up. South Carolina, yeah, there's some deep ones. This is the deepest alpine lake in America, I believe. Alpine being, you know, these trees and stuff. Thank you. I need more people to subscribe and like. It helps out a lot. I've been building this channel for years. Yeah, so we're out here on the lake, on Lake Tahoe. We're fishing for cutthroat trout, rainbow trout, brown trout, and Mackinaw trout. Those are the targets. Those are the targets. Yeah, we've had I caught my personal best rainbow trout just right over there. It was like a 27-inch rainbow, built like a football. I mean, just fat as could be, you know. What's up, John? How you doing? Ocean American Bully. Thank you for the support. Yeah, lots of trout. There's lots of trout. You wouldn't know by how many fish I caught, though, right? I need to catch some fish. But usually you get some fish, you get out here and you put some time in, you'll get a fish. But right now I have not got one yet. Been streaming for about an hour. Thank you for all the support, you guys. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that subscribes. I appreciate everybody that, you know, just joins me and watches me fish. You know, as a kid, I wanted to be on a fishing guide show, right? I used to watch this TV show called Rod and Reel Fishing and another TV show called Fishing the West. They were my favorite TV shows growing up. And they would do stuff like this, but it wasn't live, you know? So it's a different thing, but it's still super awesome. Maybe more awesome. I might pull the lines up and go set out a little bit deeper. I'm not sure. Thank you, John. I appreciate you, brother. We'll get the channel up to 1,000 subscribers eventually. You know, it'll take a while, but I'll eventually get there. I plan on doing some saltwater fishing in the next year or so. So we'll be doing some different things, you know, keep everybody entertained. Yeah, they do. They love that cold, deep water. And let me tell you, down deep here, it's cold. It's cold. Like you can dive in and swim in the top 5-6 feet, but you get down a little bit deeper and you just feel that you hit that thermal layer, and it's just like, woo, okay, that's good. Let's go ahead and back up, you know? Because it's cold, baby. Produces monsters. It does. We get these like they get like 20-pound lake trout out of here, but you get, which isn't that impressive for a lake trout, because I know back east they get really big lake trout, but what we do get out here out of this lake that is really impressive. I need to move. I'm getting too close to this boat over here. So I'm going to reel up, and then we're going to pull out a little deeper. And then you just set this right here. I'm getting way too close to this guy's boat. He's going to get pissed at me. People got these expensive boats. They don't want nobody close to them. Give me a second, guys. We're going to go up a little deeper. You'll see the boat right now. We're going to go right out here. Not too much deeper, but a little bit deeper. The wind's blowing at me, so if I go into the wind, it'll kind of blow me to where I want to get back to. You know what I mean? Not much wind, but a little bit. We'll move a little bit. Let's see here. Try a little deeper. I'm gonna go out this way a little bit more. I want to get some fish. I need to go over a little deeper water. It was just too shallow right there. We'll try out here. All right. A little choppier out here too. Okay, here we go. So it's not much deeper. It just stays shallow way out right here. Okay, that's good. All right, so we got a little drift set here now. We got a little drift. Yeah, well, we're trying to, bud. We're trying to get to where we're going to be ripping some lips. A little deeper in the water. There's still, you can still see the bottom. And look. Whoa. Did I get a bite? I'm not sure if I'm dragging. It's bouncing the bottom. Should I check the bait? This is Lake Tahoe. Jesse James. Seen you on here before. A couple of my streams. I'll give him a chance to bite it again. See this guy. Check the bait. All right, let's check the bait. Check the bait. I caught a rock. There was a rock on there. That was weird. Like a little lava rock. All right. A little wavy. Not bad though. A little choppy out here now. Check all that out. Catch a monster. That's what we're after, buddy. We are after them monsters. Rocks are no good. Yeah. Ellis Olson. Thank you for the comments. Oh boy. I feel like we're gonna get something though. We're out like at the fish range here. Like this is where it happens, you know. So if I do get one, I'm gonna try and put you guys in my little camera holder over here. I am fishing for rainbow trout, brown trout, cutthroat trout, and Mackinaw trout. It's a trout day. So we've got live bait on. We got crawdad over here and a night crawler over here, and we're just drifting slow across the bottom. Oh, shit. We're drifting into something that's snagging us. I don't know the water temp. I don't have a fish finder on board or a water temperature gauge. But it's the thing about Lake Tahoe is the surface temperature is usually quite a bit warmer than it is like about 10 feet down. 10 feet down, it like gets quite a bit colder. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, guy. All right. We got 27 likes. Oh, we're getting snagged up on stuff. So we're going back into these rocks. I'm going to have to reel up a little bit here. I might take us a little bit deeper. I don't want to be snagging up on rocks the whole time. Yeah, my worm's gone again from snagging up. I just put this, you know, when you're on a raft, it's better just to hang the hooks out away from the raft than to just, we're going to move again. We're going to move a little, oh, my crawdad's gone too. Than it is to, so either the fish stole my bait or they just got knocked off on the snags right there because there was a bunch of snags. I feel he probably just got knocked off on the snags. So we're just headed out a little bit deeper. We're on Lake Tahoe if you're just joining me. We're trying to get to a little deeper water because it's just too shallow. Keep running into rocks and snags. So we're going to go out a little bit deeper. I'm going to put on a fresh crawdad, fresh night crawler, and we'll see what we get. Beautiful day out here. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, right there. All right, so we'll put a crayfish on first. If I can keep this from tangling up all crazy. There we go. All right, I got my hook here. We're gonna get a crawdad. I like the little ones for bait. I don't want a big one. I want to eat the big ones. Okay, we're gonna pop the arms off. I know that's mean, but that's what you got to do to make them just a perfect little shrimp out there, ready to be eaten. Put that just there like that, so when the fish takes him, he can swallow him whole. All right. Let's put him down. It's a little deeper than where we were. Not a whole lot deeper. But it's going to have to do because we're way the hell out here. Another excellent bait in this lake is the live minnows. They're relatively easy to catch with a minnow trap. All you need to do is set some bread in a minnow trap and let it soak for about 30 minutes, 20-30 minutes, even less sometimes. And you will have yourself a minnow trap full of minnows. And you know, they're good fish. They're excellent fishing bait for the Mackinaw. Not as much as for the rainbow and the brown trout. They are a good bait for rainbow and brown trout. You know, I'm not saying that they're not, but it just seems like you get more max on the rainbow and brown, or the more max on the minnows than you do crawdads. How deep is the water? It's not that deep. It's probably about 30 feet deep right here. The lake itself is 1,600 feet deep out in the deepest, right? But right here where we're at, it's about 30 feet deep. But that's a good depth for trout. You know, you don't need trout water to be super deep. You know what I mean? So here we go. We're set up again, guys. You guys use crickets? Yeah, in streams, that's a great bait. You know, I always try, if I'm gonna bait fish, I always try and use what the fish there are eating. And right here in this lake, the fish like to eat crawdads, number one, and some worms. It is deeper here than the last place I was at. The water is quite a bit darker. So, okay, that's on bottom. Yes, yeah, just about 2 months ago, in July, there was a freak storm that happened. What's up, Charles? A freak storm happened, and it was like hurricane wind all of a sudden, and all the boats got blown off of their moorings, and 9 people drowned. So yeah, it gets dangerous. You definitely have to be aware of what's going on out here. If a storm blows in, just get off the water. The water's too cold, you know, for you to be out here trying to swim in rough weather. All right. I haven't been there. Yeah, there. You know, all lakes can be treacherous to a person if you're not careful. You know. So yeah, we're out here on Lake Tahoe. I'm fishing with night crawlers and crawdads. You guys can see here's a crawdad tank. And we're trying to catch rainbow trout, brown trout, Lahontan cutthroat trout, and Mackinaw trout. Whole lot of trout. Yeah, any body of water on, you need to be careful. But this one in particular, A lot of people drowned on it. Thank you for the sub. So, you know, I mean, it's not so. That's why I'm wearing a life jacket, right? Because I don't take it as a joke. I want to get back to my family at the campsite. I don't want to be like one of those people you hear about. Well, he went out fishing and then that was it. You know, 99% of the deaths that happen out here could be prevented by a life jacket. You know, I mean, yeah, sure. There's a person that maybe they get hit in the head and they're unable to make it to shore. What's happened, Hudson? Oh, I thought that was a fish. That was not a fish. That was me getting hung up on something. Or dragging. So I'm going to crank it up a little bit. Yeah, 99% of the people that drowned could prevent it by just wearing a life jacket. All right. I'll try to. Have a good day, Tony. Appreciate you being with me. Whew, it's a beautiful morning. Beautiful day. Are you fishing? I am fishing. What am I fishing for? I'm fishing for rainbow trout, brown trout, rainbow trout, brown trout, Lahontan cutthroat trout, and Mackinac trout. We've got night crawlers on and live crawdads. I think I'm gonna reel this rod up because it got snagged up pretty good, and I just want to see what's down there. Later, bro. I want to see if the worm got knocked off on this one. Nope, worm's still good. Worm is still good. Bait's down there. We got two good baits on it. I just put this crawdad line down, or just recently, so it's a fresh crawdad. In New Zealand, yeah, so I've heard. We're trying to give you a run for your money. We're planting these Lahontan cutthroat trout in our lakes over here. They get to be 25, 30 pounds on the regular. That's what we got, this ancient native breed of trout. It's like a prehistoric fish that we've started breeding in the fish hatcheries, and that we're planting them here in Lake Tahoe and in Pyramid Lake, Nevada. There's a good population of them out in Pyramid Lake, Nevada. People go out there. It's considered one of the best trout fisheries in the world, maybe next to New Zealand. But the trout get enormous. They get enormous. Yep. Camp Crystal Lake. This is Lake Tahoe. This is Lake Tahoe, buddy. Beautiful place to be. I'm surprised I haven't got no bites. I really am. I mean, come on, guys. Give me a fish. It's gorgeous out here. The water's beautiful. Oh, you can kind of see down there, huh? Big boulder down there. Yeah. You know, we're out this far, and it's pretty deep. You know. It's peaceful out here. I might try some trolling a little later. I might put on a sometimes not. Sometimes they're right up there by the bank, man. Have I ever hooked a hole in my inflatable? No, I haven't. What I have had happen is I've had I have had the inflatable just tear apart right here at the seam, right? And that's the worst because it's like you can't patch it and it just the whole thing just blows apart, right? You just lose all your air in no time. The thermal layer in this lake is about 10 feet down, and then it gets cold right after that. So the trout are generally relatively shallow. They don't come above that 10-foot marker, but we're out past that by a good distance. I think it's about 30 feet deep here. We were in about 20 feet of water. Yeah. Well, luckily, when that happened to me, I happened to be next to a dock at a marina. I was just like rowing around these houseboats. It happened at a lake called Lake Inglebright, and I was just rowing in this little 2-person raft I had, and I would fish out of that. It was pretty cool little setup, actually. And it happened. I just heard it start just blowing air, right? And so I just started rowing to shore to the dock as fast as I could, and then just hopped onto the dock. And I had all my tackle and everything in there, tackle bag and all this gear, and I just threw it all up on the dock, and I was okay. But the raft was done. I could never use it again. This is a much sturdier raft. This is like heavy duty. But you know, you never know what could happen. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful. I appreciate everybody here with me, man. Thank you all so much. We're fishing for rainbow trout, brown trout, brook trout, lake trout, Mackinac trout, and Lahontan trout. I've got night crawlers and live crawdads on. If you're just joining, this is what I caught this morning. So what I don't use for bait, we're gonna boil up and eat. So that's what's happening, man. And I've got a pretty good drift going here. Like I'm back. If you've been watching for a while, I'm back where that white boat was. I drifted all the way back to where the white boat was at. So that's what we're doing. We're drifting it. I'll probably go down. Oh, there's a rock outcropping over there. I'll get down to the rock outcropping and then motor my way back in. What's up, Xavier? Thank you. XRH. I'm just going to say XRH. Yeah, I try and be a cool guy. I'm a dad, so you know I got to try and keep it chill. I try not to swear and stuff. You know what I mean? My personal best bass was God. It came a long time ago. It was like 15 years ago. It was like honestly, I didn't weigh it, but I want to say it was 12 pounds. I've caught a lot of like near 10s. But of those, there was two. I caught two in one day that were like, they must have been spawning. They're like the same size and everything. And Yeah, there's some big fish, man. Like 12 pounds. My personal best rainbow trout was right over here. And that was 28 inches. And I didn't weigh it. We ate that sucker. That was an amazing fish. I was on a kayak and it was actually pulling me around. I remember I had to pull it up alongside the boat or the kayak, and I didn't have a net with me, so I just kind of scooped it like a big football into the kayak with me. That was insane. So we're just bouncing on the bottom. That was not a bite. I don't think. Have some fun. Up on the Santa Monica Boulevard. Whew. Beautiful day out here, boys and girls. We are. Oh, I have I caught a Cobina fish? I caught one, Southern California. Cobina? Caught one on the surf, Southern California. I was just out fishing by myself and fishing the surf, and I just got lucky and hooked one. Virginia. All right. I think that's it. VA is Virginia, right? Wow, I got 42 likes on this stream. Thank you all so much. I mean, we're approaching the most likes on any of my streams ever. So, on the Chesapeake Bay. Yeah, I've heard a lot about Chesapeake Bay, man. I heard there's oysters there, right? Lots of oysters. Gotta reel some of this up. We're getting bottom's coming up on us a little bit. Yeah. Little chop out here now. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Oh, I gotta stretch out for a minute here. Woo! Been out here for a couple hours now, or an hour and a half, and starting to get a little stiff. Not bad though, right? Oh. I think we're just kind of dragging the bottom. We're drifting it. Fishing Lake Tahoe, baby. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it gets shallow over here, man. It gets shallow here. I gotta set you guys over here for a second. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, Xavier, I don't or Javier, I don't read Spanish, Javier. No español. Yeah. I mean, I assume we're gonna. Whoa, what's that? Look at all that. See some funny stuff out there. All right, Javier. Damn, no fish yet. Where are they at, right? Where are they at? We're drifting over these rock crops down there, these rock piles and stuff. I know there's crayfish down here. Makes me want to bring the crawdad trap out here. Drop it in between some of these big boulders.